Very good afternoon and welcome to Eastern Oval ahead of the BFNL match of the round. Really looking forward to this tussle. East Point hosting Sunbury. Both sides performing really well this season and at the top of both offensive and defensive scoring and prevention. Of course, the attack ratings, well, Sunbury ranked 2, East Point 3. Both sides averaging over 100 points a game, but don't expect any of that this afternoon. Mild conditions, a bit on the chilly side, but the weather's holding off on the rain front, so really no excuses for either side. But Sunbury do come into the clash missing a handful of their best 22, so an ideal chance for East Point to make it 6 in a row this afternoon. I'm going to go with Joe Carmody's Kangas to get it done, and back up the earlier performances today from the Kangas. They got it done in the under-19s by 42 points and a big win in the reserves by 25 points over the all-conquering Sunbury. But with those injuries, the fall-on effect has obviously had an impact on that result. So a few key outs for Sunbury today. Mitch Lewis, Jake Egan, Paddy Scanlon, of course, out with an ACL. He's done for the season. Nathan Doyle, he's another. And, of course, Ben Cameron on Coburg VFL listed duties, as to Harry Minton-Connell, who is enjoying time at Williamstown. And for East Point, Alex Molan, he got the call up for the Essendon VFL. So coming in for his debut performance this afternoon, he's a good size, Brodie Willems. He'll wear the number 25. He's up from the under-19s. He's been in the best 4 of 6 games this year. Expect him to assume a role across half forward. We'll keep you updated with scores right around the region in the BFL today. Bacchus Marsh host North Ballarat. Sebastopol hosting Darley. Melton at home to the Lakers. Ballarat host a decimated Melton South. If their troubles weren't in dire straits already, they're without 7 who played last week in their loss to Sebastopol. So expect Ballarat to have a big win. We'll just keep an eye on who gets off the hook. I'm tipping all the favourites today. Bacchus Marsh, they should put up a good fight against Jamie Quick-less North Ballarat. No Quick today, no McCartan, but I expect North Ballarat still to be too strong. In a narrow one, actually, I think Bacchus Marsh will give a good sight today. Darley should be too strong for Sebastopol. Not expecting any records to be broken there. Melton too strong for the Lakers, and Ballarat expect to be big winners over Melton South. But here, the draw has rightly assumed this contest as the match of the round fixture. As the sun streams through on Eastern Oval, Sunbury will kick to the right of screen. Of course, Jake Sutton and Mitch McLean making up 45% of all Sunbury goals in season 2024. They're up and about. The siren sounds to get play underway to be Polsky in the ruck against Van Meel. Ground ball, hot footy. Urban, it was Brock Lane at ground level. Had it knocked away from him. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Only went as far as Watson, who gathered. And across half back, as they're so good, Sunbury. Lever's kick was terrific and found Cook, who's been promoted. Bramble went further afield, back to Cook on half forward. Left foot kick inside 50. Bygate the target. Went at his ankles, bounced off the shins and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. So the first forward 50 entry, albeit a shallow one, to the visitors this afternoon. Sunbury. So Bygate providing a third option forward on the back of the Sutton and McLean contributions this year. Of course, Bygate with 5 goals last week. Ground ball, Bygate, that player I speak of, over the footy. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Good, decent, solid crowd in attendance here for this big clash. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Chance for Guthrie. The gather was clean. He was bailed up there by Cairns. Home side wanting a free kick tonight by the umpire. Second opportunity for Cairns. He threw it away. Call it a square up as the umpire let that go. Matty Johnson, expect him to play an important role in the Kangas' fortunes this afternoon. He's bailed up and there'll be a ball up on half forward for Sunbury out of sight of the ground. So Van Meel, the toiler in the ruck, up against Dan Polsky. Played interleague footy last year, Ampolsky. Follow-up work was okay. Fell into the hands there of Jeffrey. He went by hand. The Kangas go forward towards Johnson, and he presents Geordie. Took a mark just above the grass level. And, of course, there's plenty in the midfield camp for Geordie Johnson. Call it a split, really, the other half in the forward camp. Personally, I'm in the forward camp, given his X-Factor match-winning qualities. I'm tipping Sunbury would be hoping he could spend high minutes through the midfield and provide less of a headache forward, but right on 50. How's the kick from Johnson? Well, the goal umpire doesn't move. What a great start for the Kangas here at home. Geordie Johnson gets his first in an ominous sign for potentially what's to come from the X-Factor forward who booted 6 goals last week. Johnson opens the scoring in a major for East Point. Of course, they're not shy on offensive weapons either in their front half. And you throw Geordie Johnson in there with Jack Jeffries. And, of course, their more noted contributors in front of goal this year. I speak of Bryce McDougall and Strawn Robinson. It's a real handful for the Sunbury defence. Back at the restart. Tap by Ampolsky. Brown off half-back was terrific with his courage. He went to ground. Taylor went to soccer. Cairns gathered those, stole it off him, picked his pocket and went forward in the Strawn direction. Ground level ball. It's caught over it there by Riley. And the umpire says, I'll have it. He'll come in and ball it up. So, tick over 3 minutes gone opening term here. It's gone from a sun-kissed day to a blustery cool one in a minute here in Ballarat. Opportunity there for the debutant Willems. Got it over towards Cairns, who had a pot shot at the goals. Arguably the leading possession winner on the ground at the moment, Cairns. Misses off to the left and through for a minor score. So East Point 117 leads Sunbury, no score. The blustery conditions prevail through the commentary box as I endeavour to keep the notes on the table. It's the clearing kick out of defence, goes in the Ampolsky direction. Has it knocked away from him by Van Meel, forever disciplined player. Played key back often in those back-to-back years for East Point. Now in the ruck. And he and Ampolsky in for a close battle this afternoon. So Van Meel did Ampolsky a favour and handballed it to him. Ampolsky then, his hand pass only went as far as Dodd, who got it to Taylor. Shallow entry inside 50. Strength shown there by McDougall. Oh, he dropped it in the end. Good pressure from Wood. And the informed defender, like most of his peers in season 2024, goes short and the kick's okay to Lant. So Lant lowers the eyes and finds Guthrie, who loves that little chip-up option, told to play on by the umpire. And the kick from Lant gets to half-back. Brown strong overhead. Got a piece of it. Not enough, said the umpire. Van Meel quick hands to Dodd. Got it to Lawal, who went back to Brown. Pressure was good, but Brown wanting a free kick. Umpire paid the advantage to Dodd, who's squaring kick with the left boot. The vision was terrific. Chance for the youngster on debut. Willems has got it. Gee, and just the size of the young man. He looks every bit a 70, 80 game player already, but take a look at the record, and it is officially game 1 for this young man. Of course, in best 4 of the 6 games at the under-19 level. And what a footy machine that has been for this club over the journey. So Willems, they'll all get to him if he can kick this one. Set sail. Leads back on the kick. Just off to the right through for a minor score. A few of the East defenders still happy they didn't have to run the 200 yards to give them a pat on the back, but they would have enjoyed that. Up and about. Willems on debut, but off to the right and a let off for Sunbury. The opening goal of the game through Geordie Johnson. And, well, Willems on debut can lay claim to losing the first footy of the afternoon with his first shot on goal in senior footy. So it'll be Hannett to bring the ball back into play. Robinson was strong to pursue as the man on the mark. Turnover opportunity here for Matt Johnson. His kick was cut off there by Lever, who does it so often. Goes to the outer side. So ball in hand, a mile away from us here. The right foot kick gets plenty of it into the middle of the ground. It found Polsky. Can play on and went by Hannah Miller. Handpass was just a little bit behind him. He didn't get enough purchase on the ball, but a let off for Sunbury. They'll get away with it. It'll be Werner in the middle of the ground. So he'll come broadcast side and do all and sundry a favour. And found Hannett and went short to Polsky, who's presented well between the arcs in the opening minutes, despite Sunbury trailing by 8 points. He went to Hannett. He went forward in the Sutton direction. Couldn't get any purchase on the footy as Howard met the footy. And it's on here. It's on deep in attack of the Sunbury forward line. Howard thought that he caught one, and Merritt didn't want anything to do with it. Howard got the free kick. He could have gone to Merritt, but he went the longer option. Told to play on there was Jones, who went back to Merritt, who pushed forward. Jones's kick was intercepted there by Newitt. He's high up and under kick went in the direction of Bygate. He ran under the footy, and at the back there was Lawal, who played on. Came wide, and the kick was okay. Right foot kick to the defensive pocket, found Johnson, who just tipped it over the top, and they're away here. Matty Johnson with ball in hand on half back, can just tip it over towards outer centre wing. They're off on their bike through Dodd. It was important between the arcs. Left foot kick, bouncing ball. Chance here for McDougall. Sets it up for Robinson. He's taken it at the highest point, the youngster. He'll go back and have a shot on goal.
Great patience. Really good. Mika.
So Robinson with a shot on goal here. 16 goals in season 2024. Chance to add another from near point blank range. And he snuck it in. He likes it, the youngster. And East Point get back-to-back goals early. They're 2-2-14. They lead Sunbury no score. The opening half of this first term here at Eastern Oval. No strangers around goal. The two openers from East Point. Speak of Geordie Johnson, who came into the game with 9. Robinson 16. So they've extended to 10 and 17 respectively. And they've given an East Point a 14-point advantage. Near 10 minutes gone in this opening term. Taylor, hurried kick out of the congestion. Got it towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Favoured Lever. Didn't have to break stride. Onto that trusty left boot. Went out wide there towards Miller. Got it on the bounce. Corralling there was Merritt. Right foot kick towards half forward. Chance there for Cook. The gather was very good. But over the top there towards Urban. He was tackled, taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up. Ball up at the restart. Scrimmage of players around the footy, and there'll be a ball up. So the opening goals of the afternoon to Geordie Johnson and Strawn Robinson sees East Point lead by 14 points. Cook again. Left foot kick, cross the body in the Bygate direction. Just had a little bit too much off it. Didn't square it enough, really. Ideally, top of the goal square would have been the option, but they'll bring the ball back into play laconically, the Kangas. Outer side of the ground, right in front of the loyal and faithful. It'll be Johnson who goes towards outer centre wing. No mark taken. Ground ball opportunity for Newitt. Had it stolen away from him there by Cairns. The umpire's picked out a free kick here. Short kick will find Bramble on outer centre wing. But he'll play on a go by hand towards Hannett, who sets it up. Who's at home? McLean the fly, got it! Terrific grab, player in form. We'll go back and have a shot on goal to arrest a bit of momentum on the scoreboard. There's been with the Kangas early. Every bit of a grab of a player with brimming with confidence. So a deliberate approach, directly in front, 35 metres out from goal. And so often the case when forwards take a cracking mark, they often follow it that with a miss. And that was the case. So the Kangas through Merritt bring the ball back into play. Right foot kick towards half back. It's all Sunbury. Bramble just bailed up, tackled, taken to the ground. Good pressure from the Kangas to square that away. There'll be a stoppage 51 metres away from the Sunbury goal. It took the best part of 12 minutes to register their first score here this afternoon. They trailed by 13 points. Bramble again, poor kick. Hands here for Brown. Clearing kick across the body, but he's opposing number 4. Net the ball on outer centre wing. And he'll send the Lions back into attack. So they've had a good couple of minutes here. They'll need to convert. Left foot kick goes out in the Sutton direction. He's got it. Just read it beautifully off the boot. That just pushed Howard under the footy. And Sutton go back and have a shot on goal. So McLean and Sutton with 2 marks inside 50 in the last couple of minutes. Confidence build for the visiting Sunbury today, who are shy of their best side on paper. Endeavouring to overcome East Point. They've won 5 in a row. So it'll be Sutton. Gee, they've been the most effective converters on goal this year, Sunbury. And they've started the game very un-Sunbury-like with 2 behinds to their 2 leading forwards. So it'll be another opportunity for East Point to extricate, having only coughed up the minor score. They'll come broadcast side. Merritt gets plenty on the kick. Geordie Johnson the target. Cutting off there was Tentinello. Lant went through, was strong. The pickup was terrific, and the takeaway was even better. Werner got it towards Wood. He went back to Tentinello. Kick across the body was hopeful rather than anything else. Cut off there by Brown. He wastes no time. Kick into the middle was very good. Found Canny. He can go wide, broadcast side towards Dodd. He can mark this one on the chest. Peeled for a 50 after he was seemingly dispossessed after marking the footy. Right call in the end, I thought. Near 15 minutes gone. It'll be Joe Dodd. He'll set it up in the McDougall direction. Sets himself, but it was well read in front. Good mark taken there by Lever again, and not his first of the afternoon. He's probably had 4 or 5 already. And he goes short and found Werner. So this is an important kick here. Oh, pressure on Miller. Ground ball opportunity for Rodder Moronis, who gets arguably his first touch of the afternoon. Chance for Dodd. Left foot kick. Territory gained at that. McDougall was strong in the contest. Kept his feet, and the gather was terrific. He could just chip it over the top of the outside of the right boot. And it was effective. The mark's been taken there by Matty Johnson. Courageous as ever. But how was the individual effort there from McDougall? Got the spoil. Was out of position. Kept his feet. Regained possession of the footy. And kick off balance for the outside of the boot. And found Johnson to set up a shot on goal for 3 unanswered for the Kangas. Well, we'll leave that to the goal umpire. He might have snuck that in. Indeed he has. And the captain of the Kangas, leading by example with courage and finish, gets it done. It's good. Found Thompson. Wheeled onto that right boot. Went into an open forward line, but the stretch was good from Boyd into the side today. And he comes broadcast side with a confident kick to Bramble. It was very good. He chipped it over the top to Wood. I like this bloke. He's had a good year. Covered a couple of his games this year. Covers the ground. Makes very few mistakes. The short kick's okay to Bramble. Boyd presented through the corridor, but he elected to concede. And go back to the top of the goal square to Riley. They went wide. The kick was okay. So Tendinello went long. Outside centre wing. Umpires found a free kick here. It'll be a push. And it'll go to right. It'll get onto that telegraph left foot. And the kick was poor. It was read well off the boot there by Howard, who's obviously got the Sutton job. The kick was poor. Conceded a 45 to Brown. Now he's under the pump. Here come the support crew through Howard, who got it to Slater, who wants to get onto the right boot. Kick was awry, just out in the front of the debutant there in Willems. Rolled over the line for a boundary throw in 50 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So East Point 20 leads Sunbury 2. 18 minutes gone opening term here. Social Club packed here at Eastern Oval. That one by Ampolsky. Touch of the fumbles. Ran one at that there by Johnson. Just needs a bit of support from his own. Thompson was strong with the support, or the deny, from Sunbury was up to the task to square away a stoppage. 50 metres away from the Sunbury goal. Ampolsky with the tap. Found Muir. Went by hand. Loose ball opportunity here for Cook. Went with the left hand. Over towards right on his favourite side. Tumbling kick forward's been cut off. Merritt on the last line of defence. Go short. Oh, put Rodder Moronis under the pump. He'll have to go back to Merritt. And he'll do a take two with the right boot. And that kick was okay. Found Slater. So the right foot kick towards half back. Good mark taken there by Matty Johnson. He's worked into the game nicely. 45 kick. They always need to be good, especially out of the back half. And found Van Meel. Laconic hand pass. Rodder Moronis made it look better than what it was. Kick to half forward. Stretching. Grab. Terrific. There by Johnson, who wasted no time. Onto the right boot to a one-on-one. Robinson and Riley. Off hands. Loose ball opportunity here. Who can gather? McDougall can. 4 goals to East Point. And they've extended here at Eastern Oval. They've shared it around 2 on the goal front. Gee, they look dangerous when they go forward. It's a little bit more open than the Sunbury forward line when they get it in. Yeah, they're a real handful. McDougall, he's on the board. So too Robinson and the Johnson brothers. 4 unanswered here at Eastern Oval. Tick over 20 minutes gone. East Point 26 lead Sunbury 2 points. Melton 22 lead Lake Windaree, no score. Here's a chance to Bramble. The response from Sunbury. Inside 50. They got numbers here. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to be a free kick to the Lions. They'll go back and have a shot on goal here. And it'll be McLean again. So a chance to atone for his set shot miss. While his overhead mark was worthy enough of a tick in the highlights reel. It'll be McLean. As we spoke of Sunbury's accuracy heading into today's clash. He sneaks one in. A little confidence kick for Sunbury. Their opening goal of the game. They're 1 goal, 2-8. They trail East Point 4-2-26. We've got an 18-point ball game. Tick over 21 minutes gone opening term. McLean and Sutton, you just can't keep them quiet for long. And McLean draws first blood out of the 2. And a much needed one at that. It's an 18-point lead to East Point here. 2 goals in a minute at either end. North Ballarat off to a flyer against Bacchus Marsh, 24-0. Eels out of the middle. Chance for Johnson. Speak of Geordie. Wild hand pass. Meant for Jones. Couldn't gather. Umpires picked out a free kick here. A let off for the Kangas. It'll be Jones with ball in hand. We'll go into the corridor. Van Meel the target. Loose ball opportunity here for Jeffrey. He had Lowell on his outside, but he went forward to McDougall, who was strong on Guthrie. Tackle was good there from Eels. Pressure from Urban. There'll be a ball up, 51 metres away from the East Point goal.
Get our set up here, lads.
Quality game of football. Time on. Tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Cairns. Sand pass, well, fortuitously fell into the hands of Rodham Ronas, who just sent the ball forward, and Wood again with courage. Went back and took a nice chest mark. As Matty Johnson was approaching. So Wood with the 45. Now there's that Guthrie hit up that we spoke of earlier. Loves that short 15-metre present. And off it gets it delivered on a platter. So he goes short and wide to Bramble. So they're still well in their back half at the moment. The kick from Bramble was smothered. Pressure on. Chance for Hannett. He's bowled up there by Jones. And they'll square it away for a stoppage here, East Point. Good accountability behind the ball by East Point. Ball up. Tap by Van Meer was good to Rodham Ronas. Got it to Jones. Right foot kick inside 50. Off hands. Oh, they dropped that. That should be a free kick every day of the week, but they got away with it there, the Lions. Werner with a territory gain to a 2-on-1. Urban did well, but he was bailed up there by Lawal. Tackle taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up, centre wing broadcast side. Yeah, 24 minutes gone in this opening term. East Point 26, Sunbury 8. Tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Rodham Ronas. Working into the game nicely. Put the kick out in front of Robinson. Riley did well. Just had to release the footy as Robinson brought the pressure. Cooks at ground level. There'll be a ball up. 50 metres away from the East Point goal. Tick over 24 minutes gone. East Point 26, Sunbury 8. Thought East Point won the under-19s and the reserves earlier today. Tap one by Van Meel. Chance for the big fella there in Eels. And we a ball up. Werner denied an exit handball. Tap one by Van Meel. Rodham Ronas couldn't quite gather that one cleanly. Eels could though and got it to Guthrie. And went to outer centre wing. Juggling attempt at the mark was good. That'll be Urban with the right foot kick towards half forward to a 2-on-1. Sutton the target. The intercept was dropped there by Brown. These to a honeypot. Finally spills out. Sutton with the soccer off the ground and McLean, Lucks of fortune. McLean in front. On the end of that soccer from Sutton. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal for number 2. And a chance for back-to-back goals for Sunbury to keep them in it ahead of the quarter-time break. Kicks on its way, and he likes it. McLean's up and about here. Sunbury have had a good 5 or 6 minutes. Back-to-back goals, both through the agency of McLean. We're back to a 12-point ball game. East Point 4-2-26, Sunbury 2-2-14. Darley 28 leads Sebastopol 6. North Ballarat 24 lead Bacchus-Marsh no score. Melton 36 lead Lake Winderee 6. And Ballarat 20 lead Melton South 7. At the restart, it'll be Eels and Van Meel. Tap one by Van Meel. Johnson pressured there was good by Werner. Somehow Johnson got a boot to ball. Wood was clean. Gathered, went by Handermuir. Got it to Guthrie, who went one way and then back to broadcast side as Werner presented. And he's got Newitt, lateral, will mark, unattended, and just chip it over the top towards Wood. So you want to get onto that left boot, can go into the middle through traffic, but he'll go backwards now and concede. So good accountability by East Point again, and there'll be a turnover. They'll be disappointed with that. Mark's been taken there by Thompson. Quite organised, the Kangas, under new season coach Joe Carmody, as Thompson concedes for the 45 back to Merritt. So he'll come broadcast side. Brown the target, went over there to Bramble, read it well. The experienced Brown. What a welcome return he provides to this group, aiming to go one better than a preliminary final last year. So Brown goes towards the attacking 50. Geordie Johnson used to the body, couldn't gather. Somehow he did in the end and sat the ball forward. The two number 7s went at it. Oh, Matty Johnson claimed the mark, denied by the umpire. An opportunity here for Muir to do the mopping up for Sunbury with a right foot kick. It had to be good, and it was. Gathered there by Watson. He can get it over the top towards Miller. And he's away. Can take a bounce and another. Cairns the pursuant, but he's a mile away from him. But the chase was terrific. He's run too fast at the umpire. Gee, that was a great chase there by Cairns. Yeah, not enough going on forward for Miller. And he'll go short. The kick's okay to McDougall, who marks on true centre wing out of side. Told to play on by the umpire, trying to get away from his opposing number 12 in Newitt. Then the kick was just around the corner, fortuitous in the end. Umpire called play on. Chance here for Sunbury as they combine by hand. Right foot kick to a one-on-one. Sutton caught in the middle. Loose ball opportunity here. Siren sounds for quarter time here at Eastern Oval in a most entertaining start to the BFNL's match of the round via the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. It's East Point 4-2-26 who leads Sunbury 2-2-14. Quick look at the goal scorers for the hosts and the leaders this afternoon. Geordie Johnson, Strawn Robinson, Matty Johnson and Bryce McDougall each with one each. And Mitch McLean has the 2 goals for Sunbury. And Sunbury, in fact, kicked the last 2 goals of that term to narrow the margin to just 12 points after East Point got out to a game-high 24-point lead midway through that opening term. But honest with East Point, Sunbury fighting hard despite missing 4 or 5 of their best 22 today. But that accounts for very little. It's the 4 premiership points up for grabs. It's 22 on 22 here this afternoon. And it's East Point with the upper hand. They lead by 12 points. We'll go around the grounds before a break. Similarly, you would imagine that these guys are nearing quarter time, if not already at the first break. Darley 4-3-27, lead Sebastopol 1-1-7. North Ballarat 3-6-24, lead Bacchus Marsh no score. Ballarat 3-3-21, lead Melton South 1-1-7. Melton 5-6-36, lead Lake Windaree 1 goal straight 6. That's the tail of the tape around the Ballarat Football Netball League round 8 action. We'll take a break and back with the second quarter action in about 6 minutes' time.
Introducing new McPops from McCafe. The perfect mini mouthful with a delicious gooey centre. Available in choc, Biscoff and berry flavours. Try new McPops now at McCafe. Could I grab a berry one?
It's the Ballarat Football Netball League, round 7, top 5. Coming in at number 1, it's Daniel Ridgery from Sebastopol. Does some real fine work here as the ball gets to him, picks it up, goes through traffic, gets it on the right boot and puts it through the goals. Number 2 is Jake Sutton from Sunbury. A magical goal this, read the ruck contest well, then just weaves his way through traffic, finishing on the right shoe. A brilliant goal there by Jake. Number 3, it's Oliver Pittard here from Redan. Brilliant work this, a great team goal. The wingman receives the hand pass, shows a bit of dash, takes off with his speed, unloads right on the paint of 50 and delivers a great goal. Number 4 is Ned Nash from North Ballarat. Pretty classy one this. Just keeps the ball in front of him, bit of catch me if you can, then gets it on the left, wobbles it all the way home. Coming in at number 5 here, it's Nathan Wood from Sunbury. Brilliant solo effort this. Comes off the half back line, delivers the kick there, follows up for the handball receive, and then he's on the edge of 50. Thought about going for goals, lowered the eyes, got the pass in, and continues to run to get the handball back, and then finishes what he started. A brilliant goal, great gut running. Fantastic work, Nathan Wood.
Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the second quarter action here in BFNL's match of the round. It's East Point who lead by 12 points. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Newer into the middle there for the Lions. Couldn't gather cleanly. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go Sunbury's way to Bramble. It's going to go against Jones, and he wastes no time. Right foot kick. Out wide, but only as far as Miller can run onto it and have a shot on goal if he likes. Goes with the outside of the right boot. And kicks across the face and through for a minor score. So, an ideal start with a forward 50 entry for the Lions in the opening 30 seconds. So Merritt will bring the ball back into play and found Brown. So now it's East Point's turn in their back half to find a way through. They'll come broadcast side. Van Meel and Ampolsky. Lever it from the side. Jeffrey gathered, dispossessed, taken to the ground. Hot footy. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. So Mitch McLean with the last 2 goals of the game. Kept Sunbury in it, heading into that first change. Van Meel. And it knocked away from him. Now Guthrie gathered, fired it out the back to Hannett, who was unmanned. Set the kick forward in the by-gate direction. Chance here for Slater. Will it sit for him? Well, it didn't in the end. Urban, he was dispossessed. Loose ball opportunity here for Slater. Again, dispossessed. Hot footy. Finally, they just hurried out the Kangas through Jones, who got it beyond half back, but Lever just sent it back forward. Tumbling kick, chaos ball, bouncing one of that. Chance for Brown to do the mopping up. Loose hand pass meant for Merritt, missed him. Found the boundary line though. So a reset of sorts inside Sunbury's forward 50. Near 2 minutes gone in this second term here. East Point lead by 11 points. Both sides warming to the task. Delivering on a promise of match of the round footy. Chance for Guthrie. Forced to go by hand, but couldn't get it through traffic effectively. And there'll be another ball up. Going to soccer there was Howard. Didn't get much purchase on the footy. Chance there for Canny. Rodham Moranis was just slung out of the contest. Unlucky not to get a free kick. Now Watson went by hand to Lever. Chance here for Johnson, who gathered. Quick hands was okay, and they're away here, but the youngster, Willems, was a bit indecisive. He wanted to go by hand to Taylor, but Taylor didn't want it. Then he was pinged, and Hannett with ball in hand. So Hannett sends the Lions back into attack. Sutton the target, sets himself, couldn't take the mark. Chance for Urban. Did the sharking, his kick went across the face, dribbling ball. Found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. So all of the opening 3 minutes in this second term played in Sunbury's half. It's just amounted to the one behind from the quarter time break. That'll be Bygate and Van Meel to contest. Well, Van Meel won the tap as far as Jones, who knocked it further afield. Territory gain at that to the safety of the boundary line, over the line for a boundary throw-in. Cheerio going out to Dasher Brown, who's tuning in from time to time at his primary school reunion there at Hopscotch in the city. Chance to catch up and have a beer, things you can't do when you're in primary school. Boundary throw-in. And again, not an easy time to get some space against these two sides in the top 4. Hurry kick out of the congestion from Brown. Somehow he kicked it 50 metres across the body. Excellent territory gain. Loose ball opportunity here. 3 or 4 or 5 players around the footy. Take your pick. Muir gathered. Exit kick. Went in the Merritt direction. He got knocked away from him by Miller. Shark there by Van Meel. Got it to Rodham Moranis on the bounce. He was under pressure. Forced to go by hand. Swing and a miss there by the boot there from Merritt. Chance here for Merritt again, and just chip it over the top. That was a clever kick to the youngster. Well, it's it for Willems on debut. Tries to get away from Hannah, but he's got the speed and he's pinged. Holding the ball. And it's got some toe. Someone needs to remind the youngster the kick just went above grass level. But it got to McLean on the fall. Lazy kick. Went in the Bygate direction. Clean-bowled him. Fell in the hands of Sutton, who went by hand to Bygate. Shot on goal, and he's got it. Well, something out of nothing. Opportunistic finish there from the Lions. And they close within 5 points through Jacob Bygate. Got a game on here. Sunbury kicked the last 3 goals of the game. Each point 4-2, 26. Lead Sunbury 3-3. 21, 5-point ball game. Tick over 5 minutes gone second term. Ball up. And Polsky won that tap. Running onto it there was Laird. How will it sit for him? Well, it didn't in the end. He left it behind. Brown gathered. Fired the hand pass out, meant for Johnson. He couldn't gather. Van Meel could, then was dispossessed by Muir. Hand pass to the space, trying to favour Guthrie. He got the support through Bramble. Right foot kick from Bramble. On goal. Did he get the distance? Touched on the line there by Q. Saved the day. Right on Q, if you don't mind. Now the Kangas turn to be under the pump here at Eastern Oval. Sunbury playing with a bit of confidence now. They've worked themselves into the game after conceding the opening 4 goals of the game. It'll be Merritt. Penetrating kick to half back. So Geordie Johnson with the grab. Goes short and wide. And that make up much ground here. Turnover opportunity for Miller. Can give it a Bramble. But he went for the right boot to a 1-on-1. Sutton! Just outpointed his opponent on that occasion. You can't miss him, Sutton. Snowy white hair and pale blue boots. He'll go back and have a shot on goal directly in front. Chance to kick his first of the afternoon and open his account and give Sunbury the lead here at Eastern Oval. He makes no mistake. 4 goals in a row to Sunbury. They got the last 2 of the opening term, and the opening term of this term here. It's been an impressive 15-minute display to get themselves back into the game after they trailed by 24 points. They now lead by 2. So McLean, Bygate and Sutton, their predominant scorers of recent weeks, responding again, maintaining their consistency in front of goal. And it's Sunbury who lead here by 2 points. Can we get a response from the Kangas? Ball up. It's Sunbury again. Through Ryder. Got it to Guthrie. Ran out of room. Coughed it up. Rodder Morona sent the ball forward. Excellent gather below the knees there by Mewett. Fired the hand pass out towards Wood, who caught one over the shoulder, said the umpire. So Wood can steady the ship here. And he plays on. By hand to Guthrie, who had Werner on. Ignored that option and then went by hand to Hannett. He came broadcast side to Riley. Chip it over the top. Watson had to wait under it, but he had time. And that kick was terrific. Found Lever, who marked running with the flight of the ball. The pursuit there was Brown to deny him running on. So Lever goes into the pocket. Urban's got it. Gee, they got some marking options forward, Sunbury. Mark in the pocket. We'll go back and have a shot on goal. Tough angle. But with momentum and confidence on their side at the moment, the Lions. You'd almost back Urban in from here. Right-hand goal post. Takes the advice and makes no mistake. 5 in a row to the Lions. And they open up an 8-point lead. 9 minutes into this second term here at Eastern Oval. Kangas need to find a way. Sunbury been very good. They lead 5-4-34, East Point 4-2-26. So East Point led by 12 points at quarter time. They led by as much as 24 midway through that opening term. They now trail by 8 on the back of 5 consecutive goals to the Lions. Game on. Ball up. Give that tap to Van Meel. Loose ball opportunity for Johnson. Managed to get the hand pass away. Got it towards Taylor. Dribbling ball. Didn't give Jeffries much of a chance. Over the line boundary throw in on half forward. Rare moment in East Point's front half, albeit 65 metres away from their goal. They've been playing 10 minutes in this second term. It's been all Sunbury. Boundary throw in. Eels works his way to the front. Won that tap to Guthrie. Needs to be quick by hand, and he was. Watson caught one over the shoulder. Umpire called play on. Eels coughed it up by hand to Wilson. And another loose kick inside 50. There's a let off there for the Kangas as Newitt spilt what he should have taken. And it's gone over the line for a throw in. 25 to 30 metres around from the East Point goal. So East Point trail by 8 points. You've just joined us. East Point led by as much as 24 in that opening term. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Eels in and under. There'll be a stoppage of sorts. 35 to 40 metres out from the East Point goal. So now it's East Point's turn to deal with some congestion in their own front half. Johnson was strong. Chance here for Brown. Momentum took him forward. Denied the push by the umpire, and there'll be a ball up. 25 metres out from the East Point goal. Who haven't added to their quarter time score. Been playing tick over 11 minutes in this second quarter. But they're in attack here. Tap one by Van Meel. Quick hands of Jeffrey. Got it to Matty Johnson. High up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. Bending back. He just kept bending and bending. And Johnson's got a response from the Kangas. Gee, that swirly breeze just kept that up in the air for long enough for it to get the carry. And the ultimate result. And Matty Johnson becomes the Kangas' first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. He has 2. And a much-needed goal, an understatement in the context of the momentum that's with Sunbury at the moment. And they're back within 2 points. A ripper game going on here at Eastern Oval. Stick with us via the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. We'll keep you updated with scores around the grounds as they come to hand. All up, tap one by Van Meel. Chance for Guthrie. Got it to Werner. Hurry kick out of the middle of the ground. Territory going to half forward. Jones got a bit of it. Miller was up to it though. So they try to combine here by hand. The Kangas open the door there for Urban. Chance here for the Kangas in Cairns, who was just tackled and denied an exit. And there'll be a ball up 50 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Gee, Sebastian fought back. They're within 2 points of Darley. 28 plays 26 there. Ball up. Loose ball opportunity for Taylor, who ran through outer side centre wing. The kick was good in the Matty Johnson direction. Juggling attempt at the mark. Was successful. Played on waste no time. Went in the Robinson direction and knocked away from him. The defence was good there from Riley. Went by hand and knew it. Had to be quick. Pressure from Rodomomus was good. And so too was the kick in the end under pressure. Found Lever. He'll run onto that trusty left boot. Goes into the middle of the ground. Urban presented. Took a mark on the chest. Caught one for his trouble. He can come broadcast side to Watson. Kick was good. Played on. Went by hand. Good pressure there from Jones. Watson needs to be clean. He got the support. Through Murphy Boyd, tipped it over the top, out of bounds on the full, missed the target. Turnover opportunity here for Brown. It really is the quarterback of sorts for the Kangas, and Merritt right at home in the back half, shoring up the Kangas defence despite Sunbury's period of 5 consecutive goals. The right foot kick goes to broadcast centre wing, off hands. Off the hands of Bright, over the line for a boundary throw-in. So you know it's a game, it's a tight game when they're crying for deliberate off a mark spoil. Sunbury lead by 2 points. Tick over 14 minutes gone here. 34 plays 32. Throw-in. Tap one by Van Meel. Missed Taylor. Tried to go the clever soccer. Just missed it. Didn't get enough purchase on it, but Brown could. Got it to half forward. Ground ball. Wood wanted one in the back. Denied by the umpire, and there'll be a ball up on half forward. Van Meel and Eels. Eels, good use of the body. Fired the hand pass out. Werner needed to be clean, and he was. Somehow got ball to boot. Horrible bounce for all and sundry, including Sunbury, but Urban ran onto it and gathered. Sent the ball to high up and under kick in the bygate direction. Strong. Good mark taken there by Slater. So he'll lower the eyes and go towards Dodd. Had it knocked away from him by Tentinello. Bit of a clash there. Tentinello looks a bit hurt and Dodd looks a bit worse for wear as well. Free kick's going to go to Joe Dodd. He can go to Jones, and he will. He's a little bit bereft of option as the Kangas come up for a breather. And come broadcast side to Merritt. Overcook the kick. Yeah, I think all players looking for a stoppage or a break in play just so they can take a breath. It's been a high-intensity game and swirling conditions here. 2-point ball game. Boundary throw in. Good work by Apolsky to get to the front. Went looking for Lant, who might have been held. Umpire agreed. So it'll be Lant. He'll send the ball forward in the Sutton direction. Over his head. Cut off. Good work by the Kangas defence. And it'll be Slater with ball in hand. High up and under kick. Brown's going to have a couple to beat here. The numbers prevail through Riley. Lever did well to provide the block. The kick from Riley found Miller, who ran to 51. Sent the ball into the pocket. Sutton the target. He's got it. Just inside the boundary line. He'll run around and do one of those clever snaps that we see more and more of week in, week out at all levels of footy. A highly skilled shot on goal, this player, Jake Sutton. This has the one today. Let's see how he goes. It's not a bad attempt, but across the face, through for a minor score. So, let off there for East Point. They won't mind Sutton marking the ball deep into attack if he has to mark the footy on the boundary line. Low percentage chance of a goal. So it's a 3-point lead to Sunbury. So Merritt brings the ball back into play. Comes broadcast side. Brown the target. He's got Wood to beat. Brown had front position. Had it knocked away from him. Muir through traffic. Knocked it to the advantage of Cook. Quick hands. Got it to Urban. Oh, he caught one high every day of the week. Yeah, he just cleaned him up there, did Brown. A bit clumsy. Such as is he 10 on the footy. Can't deny Brown that he's very consistent, solid with his attack on the ball. Just Urban and the best part of his shoulder got in the way. Bowled over and free kick paid. So the umpire's gone into the book there. But Jacob Brown might have been reported. We'll know more about that later. I'm not sure what that was for, whether it was from the incident or dissent or anything like that. But Brown's coming off for a spell. Umpire just introducing himself to Lockie Urban. Confirming the report, essentially. So it'll be Urban, who's actually a prodigious kick of the footy. He'll kick from about 55 metres to a dangerous array of forwards. Gets plenty on the kick. As the distance touched on the line. Every bit bar a millimetre from Urban. So another point to Sunbury. They extend, albeit on just the point. 5-6 plays 5-2. So Merritt decides to go out of side of the ground on this occasion. Went through the hands of Johnson. Chance for Boyd. Finally makes up the decision to go to right. He got it to Wood. Back to right. Through to Polsky. Danger. Give it to a big man. It's always dangerous. The ruckman. Turnover opportunity here for East Point. Geordie Johnson gets on the end of it. Sends it to McDougall. He's got some separation on Boyd. Got around him. Oh, ran out of bounds, said the umpire. Much to the disappointment of McDougall. Lucky not to give away a free kick, throwing that ball back to the umpire. And there'll be a throw in. 60 metres around from the East Point goal. They trail by 4 points. Sun back, having a moment on the ground. Chancellor Wilson got it to Dodd. Left foot kick around the body. Johnson the target. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against right, and it's going to go to Matty Johnson. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here from directly in front, and a chance for goal number 3. So, very strong one-on-one is Matty Johnson, and did enough to ensure right Erd in his defence, and Johnson with a let-off there for Sunbury. Misses to the left and a minor score. So both sides missing a couple of opportunities in the last 10 minutes. Tight game unfolding here at Eastern Oval. Sunbury 36, East Point 33. So it'll be Hannett to bring the ball back into play. He'll go out of side and short. The kick's fine. Got it to Newitt. Chipped it over the top. Found Muir, who presented and took a nice overhead mark. So Muir will look to go into the middle. How about that for a kick? Found Miller. Did not have to move. And was under no pressure to take that. Now, this is an interesting kick. It was a slow kick, but the intentions were good, and it came off to Guthrie, who got it to Lever. Oh, Watson's commission on the footy was terrific. So, too, there was Billy Jones. And call it a stalemate over the line for a boundary throw-in on half-forward. Broadcast side for Sunbury. So, near 22 minutes gone. East Point led at quarter time by 12. And now trailed by 3. There's the throw-in. It favoured Van Meel, who knocked at the advantage of Rodamaronis. Conceded by hand. Back to Dodd under the pump. Pressure was good from Cook. Chance for Jones. He was dispossessed. And pinged by the umpire. So Lant wanted to play on and just dragged the leg and thought he'd suck the umpire into a 50, but rightfully denied. But he plays on and sends the ball in the Sutton direction. Bouncing ball. Clean bowled everybody. Over the line for a boundary throw-in, 30 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So 3-1 in favour of Sunbury in this second term. And they're in attack. Van Meel in front, won that tap. It was good. Got it to Johnson, who knocked the ball further afield, but somehow Jeffries run out of space. Gathered. Forced to keep it in. Todd copped it up to Muir. Ran to 50. Loose hand pass. The gather was good. There from Q, who got it to Matty Johnson, who went with a high up and under, a one-on-one. Wilson and Bramble. Wilson kept it in front of him. Bramble kept his feet. Lowell provided the support. Hand pass back to Wilson. Took on the tackler. Forced to go by hand. Found Matty Johnson. Lowell kept pushing. Kept the ball in front. Bit of a stalemate. Beast to a honeypot. There'll be a ball up. Half forward out of side for Sunbury. Tight game. Sunbury 36, East Point 33. Ball up. Just the weight of numbers around the footy. Only difficult for either side to extricate. There'll be a repeat stoppage. Near 24 minutes gone, second term. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. And again, a swarm of players waiting at ground level. There'll be a ball up. So Matty Johnson, the multiple goal scorer for East Point. He has 2. Mitch McLean 2 for Sunbury. All up. Ground ball again. Copy paste. Players getting their breath. Quite happy with another stoppage on half forward out of side of the ground for Sunbury. At the restart. Chance here for Jones, who got plenty on the kick to half forward. McDougall, use of the body might have infringed, and he did. And he throws it back. Kick into the middle of the ground. Went over the head of Miller. East Point got numbers here through Willems. Loose hand pass. Here comes the reinforcements for Sunbury to deny East Point. Strong presence over the footy there from Miller, who just threw it away in the end and pinged, holding the ball, said the umpire. So it'll be Thompson with ball in hand, right in the middle of the ground here. We'll want to get something happening for East Point. So they go into the McDougall direction. Sets himself. The grab's terrific. So he's had a couple of almost moments in the last 10 or 12 minutes, McDougall. He's been a little bit frustrated. He'll go back and have a shot on goal from right on 50 here. Swirly conditions at Eastern Oval. Whilst you can't tell with the trees, it's a little bit more evident out on the ground. We saw the Matty Johnson shot on goal earlier. It didn't look like it was going to make the distance. It's got caught up in that swirl and found its way over the line. So a chance for McDougall from 50. It's plenty on the kick. It'll start to bend back, but it won't bend back far enough. So a run of behinds for both sides in the latter stages of this second term. It's the Kangas within 2 points. Well, it's going to go back in as quick as it came out. Out of bounds on the full, if you don't mind. So Cairns goes in the direction of Johnson and finds him. So Geordie Johnson, close up against the boundary line. Will have a shot on goal. Degree of difficulty beyond most. I said most. So it'll be Geordie Johnson. A kick from the boundary line from about 45. Let's see how he goes. Kick's on its way. He might have snuck it in, Johnson. I did say degree of difficulty too much for most. Leaving the door open for this man, the X Factor, Geordie Johnson, to get East Point back in front here at Eastern Oval with a typical Geordie Johnson finish. He gets his second and a much-needed goal for East Point ahead of the half-time break. So they arrest the lead back here. 6-4-40, East Point leads Sunbury 5-6-36. Darley 34 leads Sebastopol 27. Bacchus-Marsh 37, North Ballarat 38. Couple of good games going on. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Guthrie over the footy. Didn't get any support. Vodomoronis went charging through, sent it forward to McDougall. He got some confidence up here, the Kangas. Loose hand pass. Somehow he got it back into his own possession. Gave it back to Van Meel. Left foot kick. Johnson's got a 2-on-1. He got a fist on the footy. Thompson couldn't gather at ground level for the Kangas. Swarm of players meet the footy at ground level. There'll be a ball up. 40 metres out from the East Point goal. 27 and a half minutes gone, second term. 4-point ball game. Kangas with their noses in front. Still anybody's game. Timely stoppages for both sides to take a breath. It's been quite physical and frenetic. All up. Thompson went early. Didn't impact the aerial, but he did at ground level to create a stoppage. 4-point lead to East Point. They're in attack here. Can they get another? Keeping it in front of them there was Johnson before he was dispossessed. Weight of lines around the footy. Dodd was dispossessed. Bramble happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Sun peeking through on Eastern Oval ahead of the halftime break. You can see the social club packed there here at Eastern Oval. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Eels. Just went out of the reach of Hannett. Denied Rodomoronis there, though, with his lunge. He did well. But Rodomoronis somehow extricated. Got it to Merritt. Bouncing ball forward. Open the door here for McDougall. Able to sit for him well. Pressure was good there from Newitt. And the clearing kick for the Lions gets it towards half-back, but it's going to come back in as quick as it came out. So it's Thompson. He'll go short. Cut off there by Miller. Double fish to the safety of the boundary line. And then we are throwing on half-forward out of side for the Kangas. In 29 and a half minutes gone, second term, East Point 40, leads Sunbury 36. Boundary throw-in. Van Meel and Eels. He does a big job, Van Meel. Won that tap, Rodomoronis. Got around one tackle, couldn't get away from the Eels tackle, forced to go by hand. He'll get it back though. Bereft of option. Took them on, cleverly, composed, and sent the ball into attack. Lever the fly. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go against Tentinello for a block. So it'll be Johnson with ball in hand. He'll be aware of the situation. Tick over 30 minutes gone. East Point lead by 4 points. 6-4-40. Sunbury 5-6-36. He'll kick from outside 50. Gets plenty on it. Won't quite get the distance. Lever sets himself. Gets plenty of purchase with the spoil for the safety of the boundary line, and there'll be a throw in. Deep in East Point's attack here. They lead by 4 points. 30.5 minutes gone. Throw in. Tap one by Eels. Loose ball gathered by Guthrie was important. Kick across the body. Went direction of Cook. Ushered under the ball there by Jones. So Jones with ball in hand. We'll have a shot on goal after the siren. Albeit half-time here. East Point 6-4-40. Sunbury 5-6-36. Quarter went 31 minutes. And Jones, with the old-fashioned torpedo and the old-fashioned off the side of the boot, no result job. So an anticlimax to a very entertaining opening half of footy here in the BFNL's match of the round via the BFNL Match Centre and Red Onion Vision. It's East Point 6-4-40 who lead Sunbury 5-6-36. Let's take a look at the goal scorers. For East Point, Geordie Johnson 2, Matt Johnson 2. Robinson has 1, McDougall 1. Whilst for Sunbury, McLean has 2 and 1 each to Bygate, Sutton and Urban. Most entertaining opening half. There's nothing in it. It's just a 4-point advantage to East Point. Both sides have looked dangerous going forward and have had periods of consecutive minutes in their front half. So let's have a look at the scores from around the grounds that would be approaching half-time in the region. Sebastopol 27, Trail Darley 34. Bacchus-Marsh 37, Trail North Ballarat 38. Ballarat 58, lead Melton South 8. Melton 61, lead Lake Rindaree 9. Well, the sun is still making an effort here on Eastern Oval. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'll tell you how long this match of the round's going to last. We've got a big second half ahead of us. It's the two big guns, East Point at home to Sunbury. Just 4 points separate the two sides. It's the Kangas with a narrow lead at the main break.
Spicy Chicken McNuggets and Spicy Shaker Fries are back. Things just got feisty. Spicy Chicken McNuggets and Spicy Shaker Fries are back. Things just got feisty.
Introducing new McPops from McCafe. The perfect mini mouthful with a delicious gooey centre. Available in choc, Biscoff and berry flavours. Try new McPops now at McCafe. Could I grab a berry one?
It's the Ballarat Football Netball League, round 7, top 5. Coming in at number 1, it's Daniel Ridgery from Sebastopol. Does some real fine work here as the ball gets to him, picks it up, goes through traffic, gets it on the right boot and puts it through the goals. Number 2 is Jake Sutton from Sunbury. A magical goal this, read the ruck contest well, then just weaves his way through traffic, finishing on the right shoe. A brilliant goal there by Jake. Number 3, it's Oliver Pittard here from Redan. Brilliant work this, a great team goal. The wingman receives the hand pass, shows a bit of dash, takes off with his speed, unloads right on the paint of 50 and delivers a great goal. Number 4 is Ned Nash from North Ballarat. Pretty classy one this. Just keeps the ball in front of him, bit of catch me if you can, then gets it on the left, wobbles it all the way home. Coming in at number 5 here, it's Nathan Wood from Sunbury. Brilliant solo effort this. Comes off the half back line, delivers the kick there, follows up for the handball receive, and then he's on the edge of 50. Thought about going for goals, lowered the eyes, got the pass in, and continues to run to get the handball back, and then finishes what he started. A brilliant goal, great gut running. Fantastic work, Nathan Wood.
Spicy Chicken McNuggets and Spicy Shaker Fries are back. Things just got feisty.
Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the second half action here in BFNL's match of the round by the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. Stick with us. We're going to game on here. East Point 40, lead Sunbury 36. After East Point, led by 12 points at quarter time. They lead by 4 here at the half. 6-4 to 5-6. And some close games going on around. Darley leads Sebastopol by 7 points. And North Ballarat lead Bacchus Sponge by a point. Sunbury kick to the right of screen to get played away in this third term. Ball up. It'll be Polsky who won that tap when searching for Guthrie. Pushed under the ball there by Johnson who overran it. Over the door for Guthrie, but he couldn't gather. Johnson could. Got it to Jeffrey. Tumbling kick inside 50. Danger here for Sunbury. But they combine by hand and they'll get out of trouble. That was well done by Tentinello. Kick went in the direction of Urban. Leading into the race for the ball there was Cook. The boundary line beat them all over the line for a throw-in. Hot start to this third term here. Game on. East Point lead by 4 points. Boundary throw-in to take place. Van Mill in front. Guthrie had it stolen away from him by Johnson, but his effort to extricate was retarded. Rodder Moronis gathered, got it to Johnson, who got it to Canning, who went to attacking 50. Presenting there was Johnson. Look out, wasted no time with the squaring. Tipped to the top of the square. McDougall in front, couldn't gather. Loose ball opportunity. The Sunbury defence provide the reinforcement somehow. McDougall got ball to boot. But playing backstop on this occasion was Riley, to save the day for the Lions. So East Point with the ball in their front half of the opening minutes. Penetrating kick to the outer side of the ground. And Polsky knocked it away, did well. They need to be quick here, the Lions. They go into the middle of the ground to a vacant centre circle. Bounce favoured Howard, ran onto it, didn't have to break stride. Jumped as he kicked. And Cook was the offender on that occasion. And he too will go into the book. Van Meel. There's been a pause in play and a yellow card there for Cook, so he'll come off for a spell. And there'll be one light. Sunbury, unnecessary. 18 on 17 for the moment. Van Meel with ball in hand for East Point. Tick over 2 minutes gone. Crowd getting involved. So often does when physicality comes to the fore as Jacob Brown comes back onto the ground. So for a moment it was 17 on 17, but only for that merit kick. Got it inside 50. Hurried kick out of the congestion beyond the defensive 50 for the Lions. Only went as far as Thompson. He went back to Howard with a high up and under kick. Somebody got numbers here. They presented. Urban was terrific with the overhead. Told to play on by the umpire. Got it to Watson. In a phone box to Guthrie. They share the phone call. Loose ball opportunity here for Canny. He just picked it up and kicked the ball towards the attacking 50. The fly at the back was Tentinello. Couldn't impact the contest. Lever was terrific with the gather. Got it to Hannett. Watson's down. Not a good sign there for the Lions. Boyd under pressure. Through ball on boot. To the safety of the boundary line. Bramble might have caught one high. Umpire said no. There'll be a boundary throw-in on half forward out of sight of the ground for East Point. So Watson in a world of hurt there. They had a terrible couple of weeks with injury. Sunbury, of course, no Mitch Lewis today. Scanlon already done for the season. No Egan. No Doyle. And Cameron off to the VFL with Coburg. Throw in. Well, Van Meel did the roving in the end. Got it to Jones, who hunted the ball forward.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Terrific mark taken there by Lever. He's taken half a dozen intercept marks already today, and he goes with the left boot, goes out in the Urban direction. Cairns had front position. Urban somehow did well. The gather was terrific from Werner. Threw ball onto the boot to the advantage. Did well. Foot race on in earnest. Boyd led the race. Out of the contest, though. Miller's got a couple to beat now. He's under the punt, ridden into the ground by Brown. And there'll be a ball up through centre wing broadcast side. No easy ball out there on Eastern Oval today. So there'll be the ball up. Chance here for Guthrie to get the clearance. Threw the ball onto the boot, representing well was Merritt. So Merritt on half-back for East Point. No score added in the opening 4.5 minutes of this third term. He goes to centre wing. Over the head of Cairns and Guthrie. Support role provided by Hannett for the Lions. He was bailed up by Cairns. And there'll be a ball up. So, scores level at Mattingly Park. Back a smash 44, North Ballarat. Needless to add, 44. Ball up. Tap one by Polsky. Somehow got a reach on the footy. Gathered by Johnson, who got it to Rodamaronis, who found Q, who kicked it towards half forward. Johnson could have been held, and he's going to get it. There wasn't much in it, but it was there. Frustrating, but there. So Geordie Johnson with ball in hand on half forward, goes wide into the pocket, and the kick's good. So a shot on goal here for Jacob Brown, who's pushed forward. Quite the handy utility. Can get forward and back. And a shot on goal here to open scoring in this third term. East Point led by 12 at quarter time, 4 at the half. And the opening score of the third term imminent here off the boot of Jacob Brown. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. Kicks on its way. Goal umpire does not move. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And East Point, they bounce. They get some separation again. They're back out to a 10-point lead here at Eastern Oval. So Brown gets his first of the afternoon. And he joins McDougall and Robinson with one each. And the Johnston brothers, the only multiple goal scorers for the Kangas today, with 2 each. McLean has 2 for the Lions. Bygate, Sutton and Urban have goals also. But a 10-point lead here. Back in the middle of the ground at the restart. Tap one by Polsky. Ground level opportunity here for Lant. He had a dispossess, but he kept his feet. Over the door for Muir. It was barred up there by Rodamaronis. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Dark skies in the background, but somehow some sun still on Eastern Oval. Hurried kick out of the congestion to half forward. Juggling mark by Geordie Johnson. Wheels and goes onto the right boot. Goes out in the direction of McDougall. Taking a nice overhead mark and some surety overhead inside your forward 50. Here's a trump card any side longs for, and they've got a few East Point. In fact, both sides do have weapons at either or their respective ends of the ground. And on this occasion, it'll be McDougall to extend the margin. It'll be by 1 or 6. And it's 6. McDougall gets back-to-back goals for East Point, and they extend to a 16-point advantage here. Early stages, third term. 8-4-52. They lead Sunbury 5-6-36. Interesting stat that East Point kicked first 4 goals of the game. Sunbury kicked the next 5, and now East Point have kicked the next 4. Seesaw, if you don't mind. East Point with a 16-point lead. Ball up. Here we go again. Tap one by Van Meel. Great game of footy. Guthrie bailed up. Forced to release. Lant was courageous. Met solidly by Johnson, who wanted the footy just as much. And the umpire will call a ball up, and the right call. Physicality prevailing. Ball up. Chance for Lawal. Didn't bend and gather. Open the door for Ladd, who's been in and under quite a bit. That was Urban on that occasion. Ladd just getting up to the surface from a scrimmage just metres away. So it'll be Eels and Van Meel. Well, they pushed each other away from the contest. Chance for Muir. Searching hand pass went forward to McLean. Back through traffic, did the old U-turn. And he was dumped as he kicked. Much to the disappointment of Billy Jones, the player to infringe. And that'll result in a shot on goal here for Sunbury. No surprise, Sutton not far away to claim that shot on goal here. So, East Point with the opening 4 goals of the game, Sunbury with the next 5, and then East Point with the next 4. So right on cue, a chance for Sunbury to end East Point's run of 4 goals. And the competition's number 2 ranked forward will have a shot here for his second of the afternoon and get the game back within 10 points. Makes no mistake, didn't let the Lions down. Timely response there from Sunbury, and they're back within 10 points here at Eastern Oval. What a game of footy we've got on our hands here. East Point 8-4-52, Sunbury 6-6-42. 10-point ball game, 10 minutes gone, third term. All right, we'll endeavour to get an update score from around the grounds. No change at Sebastopol Darley. Bacchus Marsh lead North Ballarat by 6 points. Ballarat lead Melton South by 57. Melton lead Lake Windaree by 76. We've got a game on here at Eastern Oval. Seesawing affair. Despite East Point leading it quarter and at the half. Matty Johnson with a clearance. Reverse torpedo, got plenty of it. Kick got to the attacking 50. Have a sit for Jeffrey. Didn't in the end. Players in from everywhere. Stoppage imminent. And a whistle. And there'll be a ball up 40 metres away from the East Point goal. Now they've been on top in clearance for the last half hour of this game. East Point. Dodd fired it over the head to the voice of Johnson. Didn't find him, but was able to impact the contest with a tackle as Muir's disposal. Only got as far as half back. But they'll combine again. And Muir will get on the end of it again as he kicks the ball towards half forward. Presenting there was Urban. Loire was good. Went to ground. Urban the pursuant tackler. Denied East Point an exit. Whistle imminent again, you would think. And he obliges. There'll be a ball up. Entertaining game of football. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. Ball up. Eels hit the front spot. At the back, Van Meel won that tap. Bramble couldn't gather. And it ushered through his legs. Ball spills out. Opportunity here for Wood, who went by hand. Got it to Guthrie. Left foot kick. Shallow entry inside 50. Here comes Sutton. Went over his head. Ground ball. Sharked there by Jones, who sent it back to outer side centre wing. Territory gain. Jeffrey the pursuant. Boundary line beats him. Over the line for a throw in. Centre wing outer side of the ground. Tick over 12 minutes gone, third term here. Entertaining game of footy. East Point 8-4, Sunbury 6-6. 10-point ball game. Still anybody's. Of course, Sunbury a man down at the moment. Cook off the ground. Tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Taylor. Dispossessed by Eels. That was good follow-up work by the relief ruckman. And Muir, who's been effective today. Been good. Just ran out of time. Well, space more than anything else. Over the line. Boundary throw in. Outer side centre wing. Near 13 minutes gone. This game really tightening up. Tap one by, well, Eels had a bit of a swing and a miss with the left hand. Chance here for Guthrie with a high up and under. McLean tried to usher Jones away from the footy. Oh, Ladd caught one high. And you'll get the resultant free kick here on half forward. Still no respite in the physicality of this game as game played on tenterhooks. It'll be Ladd with the deserved free kick on half forward outer side of the ground. So Bygate, Sutton and McLean will provide forward. He'll go to Sutton. Somehow he ended up with ball in hand, fired the ball over the top in the direction of Bygate. He was tackled, taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up 20 metres out directly in front of the Sunbury goal. We trail by 10 points here. 13 and a half minutes gone, third term. Ball up. Tap one by Bygate. Meant for McLean. Didn't get him. Sharked opportunity here for Miller. Through traffic, went back to Sutton, had to stop and prop. Was charged down from the back there by Jones and pushed, said the umpire. And Sutton will go back and have a shot on goal here, 40 metres out from goal. He likes lighting the fire, Sutton, when he gets that free kick, when he does the shove into the opponent immediately. There's a response from the other players while Sutton just leaves the scene, if you don't mind. and awaits to receive the footy with a shot on goal. So it looks like the debutant, the youngster Willems, coming off the ground with a leg injury. And Sutton will shoot for goal. Off to the right for a minor score, so a let off there for East Point. The margin reduced to 9. So the youngster Willems just having a bit of a difficulty with cramp. So it'll be Merritt to bring the ball back into play. And he'll come broadcast side. Get beyond the defensive 50. Brown the target. Strong overhead. Couldn't take the mark. Shark by Wilson. Thompson just had a bit of a swing with the air at the ball. Turnover opportunity here for Riley, who got it to right through traffic. Canny was clean. He can get it to Brown, and he did well, the youngster. So Brown, broadcast centre wing. Been good today. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Over the head chance here for Jeffrey. Rides the tackle. Quick hands. Got it to McDougall at the top of the screen. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. Waste no time. Training drill. Got on the end of that little Johnson poke. And McDougall gets another. And a steadying goal for East Point. He gets his second. So East Point up and about in this third term. They get their third goal of the quarter. East Point 9-4, 58. Sunbury 6-7, 43. Back at the start. Tap one by Ampolsky. Ground ball. Chance for Johnson. Had a swing and a miss with the boot. Hot footy. Werner wanted the free. Denied by the umpire. And he'll come in and effect a stoppage. A ball up of sorts. It's getting dark here. Tap one by Ampolsky. Guthrie with the clearance. A high up and under. Urban's presented well on half forward. Got a tough bounce. Thompson knocked into the safety of the boundary line. Oh, he's been paid deliberate. That doesn't get paid consistently enough at this level to warrant that. You're either all in or you're not. And Urban takes the free kick. Waste no time to the teeth of goal. Can they get it through? Bygate, did he get a boot? No, he didn't. Rush through from behind. Sunbury 6-8, 44. East Point 9-4, 58. 14-point lead to East Point. After they lead by 4 points at the half. So it'll be Merritt again. Normally Shaw by foot. Gets it towards half back. Jeffrey the fly. Took an ice mark in front of Hannett. Wasted no time. Onto the right boot. Sent it towards half forward. Went over the head of McDougall. Somebody have got numbers here through Riley. Just shoveled it out to Guthrie. Had to be clean, but he coughed it up to Wilson. Got it over the top to Johnson. Got some separation from Wood. Tipped it up in front of McDougall. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Tintinello kept his feet momentarily. Johnson over the footy. Umpires picked out a free. We'll go to Tintinello. We'll go with the right boot. And the kick was good and found Hannett. Cook back on the ground. Was ignored. The kick went more direct to Muir. I've enjoyed his game today. Kick to half forward. Found Ampolsky. Told to slow down there by Miller. When have you ever seen a ruckman quicken it up, by the way? As he goes into the pocket. The spoil was good there from Slater right in front of the Social Club. The follow-up work was good to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in 51 metres away from the Sunbury goal. 18 and a half minutes gone third term. East Point 58, Sunbury 44. Sunbury looking to close in on that margin. 3-1 in favour of the Kangas in this term. Throw in, tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Rodder Moronis, forced to go by Andrew Geordie Johnson. Kick across the body. Robinson presented. Took a mark on half-back, a mile away from his usual home, and he gets half-back to half-forward. What a great kick from the youngster. Got it to McDougall. Went with the chip over the top to Jeffrey, but he caught it out of bounds on the full, said the boundary umpire. Another let-off there for Sunbury. So Lever takes the kick. Guthrie, overhead, couldn't hang on. Second effort was good. Quick hands, got it to Bramble. Knocked it to the advantage of Urban, who knocked it further afield. Chance here for McLean on the lead. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Chance here for Sutton at ground level. Fighter back to McLean. Outside of the right boot. Dribbling ball. And he's put it through. Something out of nothing for the Lions. And they took their two leading forwards in 2024 to combine to get it done. And they're back within 8 points here at Eastern Oval. 7-8-50. Sunbury trail East Point 9-4-58. So McLean has 3. Cracking game of footy. 20 minutes gone. Third term. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. And the picture's brought to you by Red Onion Vision. Ball up. And Polsky. Van Meel. Neither ruckman could gain the ascendancy. Chance for Van Meel. Hand pass only went as far as Werner. He's hurried kick. Only went as far as Wilson, who was tackled, taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up. Jason to where the game actually began, right in the middle. Tap one by Polsky. Got it to Guthrie. He's had a few clearances of late. Hurried kick to half forward. Only as far as Merritt. Laconically goes lateral to Johnson, who runs away from Miller and then sets up the delivery in the path of Wilson. Overcooked the kick. Muir kept his feet, provided the tackle. Some good work there by Muir again. And there'll be a, well, he's been pinged for holding the ball there, Van Meel. That was a hot footy. So Muir will take the resultant free kick. And he wastes no time and he runs his measure. Kicks toward half forward. There, Pulsey's got the height advantage. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go to Ampolsky for a hold. So the big fella Ampolsky with ball in hand. 8-point ball game. East Point lead. Something tells me this game's going to go down to the wire. The old ruckman's kick went inside 50. Loose kick out of the congestion there from Slater. Was safe and found Jeffrey. Lucky in the end. He went lateral. Merritt and Dodd can raffle it. So Merritt said, I'll have it and I'll give it to you, Joe. Squaring left foot kick. Made it hard. Opportunity here. They might get out of trouble through Cairns. Right foot kick to a 2-on-1. McDougall's the one to beat. Oh, and he outpointed them. He can get it over the top to Jeffrey if he's quick enough. But he wheels and goes and decides to lower the eyes. It went short, overcooked the kick. Meant for Matty Johnson. Geordie Johnson ended up presenting, but they'll cough it up here, the Kangas. And the Lions have got Cook on broadcast centre wing. Takes the mark uncontested. But he's got nothing presenting. All the traffic through the corridor at the moment. So Cook goes into that corridor I speak of. Miller couldn't gather. Kenny could. And got it over towards Q. Needs to be quick, and he was. Right foot kick out wide in the towards Geordie Johnson direction. Had it knocked away from him by Newitt. Tentinello plays the support role. Gave it to Guthrie, who's continuing to accumulate in this third term, and found Muir, who's kept thriving since the oblige of his quality game. Right foot kick to half forward. Bounce off the chest of Polsky. Knocked it to the advantage of Guthrie. He's had plenty of it in this third term. Chance for Bramble. Render 49. Another shot on goal. Sunbury back in it here at Eastern Oval. Great finish from the youngster. 2-point ball game. Sunbury 8-8-56. East Point 9-4-58. Bramble gets his first. Well, those who paid their admission money here today haven't been let down at all. This game has delivered. No update score at Sebastali. Bacchus Marsh lead North Ballarat by 7 points. Ballarat lead Melton. South by plenty. Melton 100 up over Lakers. This is the game we want to see. This is the game you are seeing. Ball up. Neither ruckman can gain the ascendancy. Werner ran past the contest. Rodder has gathered, clever, composed. That was all too easy. And the right foot kick out into the McDougall direction, who keeps presenting. Kangas looking for a response here. Gets onto the right boot. Squaring kick. Look out! Johnson's got it! Go back and have a shot on goal here. A steadying one at that for the Kangas. End-to-end stuff. Apologies to rival games if This game occupies the majority of the highlights reel. In review, Johnson, speak of Geordie, in front, doesn't miss. And a steadier for the Kangas. It's back to an 8-point ball game. Geordie Johnson gets goal number 3. Melton lead Lake Windaree by 95 points. Ballarat lead Melton by 78. Bacchus Marsh lead North Ballarat by 7. And no update out of Sebastopol. Geordie Johnson has 3 goals. When in doubt, kick it at Geordie. He's got it done. We get that terrific goal from just inside the boundary line in that late in that second term when Sunbury kicked 5 in a row. We're back at the restart. Tap one by Van Meel. Ground level opportunity here. Who wants it most? Was knocked forward there by Canny. Wilson couldn't impact the ball by foot. Stokes on the mill as the shadows start to encroach here on Eastern Oval. The sun lights up the scoreboard here that reads East Point with an 8-point advantage. In time on, near 26 minutes gone. Ball up. Tap one by Eels, only as far as Johnson, who went to the voice of Canny. Chance here for Van Meel. Did the defensive thing. Over the line and out of bounds. Got it away from Lant. It's like start of a twilight night game. It's just got that dark here at Eastern Oval. Boundary throw in. That one by Van Meel. Werner did well to hold it up because a couple of Kangas waiting in the immediate vicinity to pounce. So ball up. Tap one by Eels to Johnson. Quick hands to Van Meel. Threw it away. Oh, over the shoulder, said the umpire. Kangas will take that and give it to Johnson. Poor checking there from the Sunbury Lions as Johnson, uncontested, goes forward. Robinson the fly, but it knocked away from him. Wilson did the sharking, got plenty on the kick. McDougall's got it. Running back with the flight. Swirly ball. All his experience and poise. Was able to secure the chest mark in the end. And he's kicked plenty of these over his journey. Chance for McDougall to kick number 4 here. And East Point's 11th. And get the margin back to 14 points. So McDougall, the outside of the right boot, does enough. And East Point get their 11th. And they're on song here at Eastern Oval, 11-4-70, back to a 14-point ball game, 8-8-56. Yep, you'd almost consider turning the lights on and bringing out a yellow footy for the final quarter, but that won't happen. But you can just see the light out of the digital scoreboard, just how much impact that's having. So we're back in the middle of the ground here. No one's left. Check out that social club. It's packed. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Loose ball tap from Eels. Got it to Matty Johnson. Been very good. Kicked a half forward. Dodd was disciplined. Knocked it forward towards Thompson. Bouncing ball in the Robinson direction. The young fella, the gap was terrific. But good pressure from the Lions. Hannett went without it. Forced the tackle in the end. And a stoppage will eventuate. There'll be a ball up, 40 metres out from the East Point goal. Thompson did the ruck work. Eels evaded the footy there. Chance here for Rodder Moronis. Went out in the Matty Johnson direction. He's tackled by 2 Sunbury players, Miller and Lever. Werner gathered the loose ball and got it to Bramble, and the racehorse is off with a bounce. Ran his measure. Right foot kick in the bygate direction. Chance here for Howard to do the mopping up. As he read it well, went to go to Lawal. Now he needs to think and be quick, and he was in the end. He got it towards Billy Jones. Kick goes towards outer centre wing. It's a mark end or free kick against Miller. Good work taken there by the young fella on debut. Willems back on the ground. So a confidence build for the debutant. He goes with the right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Chance here for Johnson. Look out. Left foot kick across the body. There's a 2-on-1 here. Chance here for Rodham Moronis. Over the shoulder. Goal. Gee, they got him out the back there. The Kangas. With a 2-on-1. Matty White will be disappointed with that. And Rodham Moronis hits the scoreboard. And some separation for East Point. Been good this term. Matty Johnson been very important. East Point now have kicked 6 goals straight for the term. Sunbury have added 3 goals, 2 of their own in a very high scoring third term. So we're back at the start. Tap won by Eels. Clearance opportunity here for East Point. Handball received off Van Meel. Got it to Dodd, whose kick at half forward was cut off by Hannett. So Hannett can go short into the middle, kicked it into the man on the mark. Speak of Thompson. Chance for Johnson, went quick hands towards Kenny, sent it out wide in the Robinson direction. Ramble again, went by hand. Lever got on the end of it. Go out wide there towards Newitt. And he'll go with the right foot kick. Penetrating one at that. Who's at ground level? Lawale's one of those. So too Urban might have caught one high. Umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up on outside half forward. Yep, East Point have kicked 6 straight in this third term. 3 goals, 2 to Sunbury. And the Kangas lead by 20 points. Ball up. Loose ball opportunity here for Muir. Been good. He's opposing number 7 being good as well. The free kick's going to go against Matty Johnson for a trip. It's going to go to Miller. So he'll waste no time. Go with the outside of the right boot. Goes in the Cook direction. Terrific grab. So Cook's played 5 games in the reserves this year, been promoted. And no more important kick for him at the level than this one so far this year. Chance to impact the scoreboard. Tick over 31.5 minutes gone. Post siren. Kicks on its way. It won't get the required journey. Much to the delight of the Kangas loyal and faithful. And it's 3/4 time. East Point 12-4-76 leads Sunbury 8-8-56. East Point kicked 6 straight for the term and were justly rewarded and earned their separation. Sunbury added 3 goals, 2 of their own to finish on 8-8-56. So an important 20-point lead for the Kangas. Let's not forget though, Sunbury with 4 or 5 out, but that's footy. So no excuses, that's just the way it is. Let's take a look at the goal scorers. For East Point, McDougall 4, Geordie Johnson 3, Matty Johnson 2, 1 each to Rodham Moronis, Robinson and Brown. Whilst for Sunbury, McLean has 3, Sutton 2, and 1 each to Bramble, Urban and Bygate. And, as if I was praying to the footy gods, the lights are on here at Eastern Oval. A break and back with the final quarter action in about 5 minutes' time.
Introducing new McPops from McCafe. The perfect mini mouthful with a delicious gooey centre. Available in choc, Biscoff and berry flavours. Try new McPops now at McCafe. Could I grab a berry one?
It's the Ballarat Football Netball League, round 7, top 5. Coming in at number 1, it's Daniel Ridgery from Sebastopol. Does some real fine work here as the ball gets to him, picks it up, goes through traffic, gets it on the right boot and puts it through the goals. Number 2 is Jake Sutton from Sunbury. A magical goal this. Read the ruck contest well, then just weaves his way through traffic, finishing on the right shoe. A brilliant goal there by Jake. Number 3, it's Oliver Pittard here from Redan. Brilliant work this, a great team goal. The wingman receives the hand pass, shows a bit of dash, takes off with his speed, unloads right on the paint of 50 and delivers a great goal. Number 4 is Ned Nash from North Ballarat. Pretty classy one this. Just keeps the ball in front of him. Bit of catch me if you can. Then gets it on the left, wobbles it all the way home. Coming in at number 5 here, it's Nathan Wood from Sunbury. Brilliant solo effort this. Comes off the half back line, delivers the kick there. Follows up for the handball receive, and then he's on the edge of 50. Thought about going for goals, lowered the eyes, got the pass in, and continues to run to get the handball back, and then finishes what he started. A brilliant goal, great gut running. Fantastic work, Nathan Wood.
Introducing
Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the final quarter action here. It's East Point who booted 6 straight in that third turn to open up a 20-point lead at the final change. Of course, bad luck for young Blake Watson for Sunbury, who's done his knee, so there'll be a play down for this final term. Ball up, albeit rotation. Chance for Van Meel. East Point kicking to the right of screen. There's Matty Johnson again. Right foot kick to space. Looking forward, Taylor. Couldn't find him, but they'd be happy to find the boundary line. Under lights here at Eastern Oval for this final term. Breezy conditions to prevail. Swirly one at that. Boundary throw in. And Polsky and Van Meel. It's been a good battle. Van Meel won that tap. Got it towards Matty Johnson. Quick hands to Rodamaronis. High up and under kick. Johnson knocked it forward. Speak of Matty. Cairns leading into the race for the ball. Gathered. Territory gain, hand pass. Just got to the inside 50 for the Kangas. And a boundary throw in to take place. So East Point led it by 12 points at quarter time. 4 points at the half. And they now lead by 20. Opening minutes, final term. Under the lights at Eastern Oval. The Kangas inside their attacking 50. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Ampolsky. Swarm of players waiting at ground level. There'll be a stoppage, a ball up. Ampolsky. But it was Van Meel on that occasion who won the tap. Lant went by hand searching for Guthrie. Cut off there by Matty Johnson. Saw it over the line for a boundary throw in. 70 metres around from the East Point goal. So it was a bit of a stalemate in the opening few minutes of that third term, but Ended up being a 9-goal quarter, if you don't mind. See if something like that can prevail in the last quarter. Well, Polsky just knocked it straight back to the boundary line, wanting a deliberate with the Kangas, playing with the umpire, but denied. There'll be a throw-in on half-forward broadcast side. Gloves will be back in vogue here for fans at Eastern Oval, I tell you. It's really brisk. Crispy, chilly, take your pick. Tap one by Van Meel. Lant was dispossessed and pinged by the umpire. So good pressure there from Kenny. So a chance to get the Kangas deep into attack for the first time in the opening minutes of this final term. In they go. There's been a nice mark cut off there by Lever. He's had nearly 10 of those marks in the back half, and the kick found Muir, who's been in Sunbury's best. He wastes no time with the wheel and go. Got it over the top there towards Muir. Normally good by foot. Pursuant there was Miller. Off half back there was Slater, who did well, but Sunbury have got numbers with a dribbling ball in the Cook direction. He gathered cleanly, fired the hand pass out to Hannon. Can the defender get Sunbury off to a great start in the final term? He can. Got a game on here, back to 14 points. They just won't give up, Sunbury. And that goal through Hannett, an unlikely contributor on the goal front. We're back in the middle of the ground for a reset. Tick over 3 minutes gone. And just with the potency and quality of player at either end, this game not over by a long shot. Ball up. Van Meel. Polsky stole it and sent Sunbury forward. Sutton got a bit of it, not enough, said the umpire. They'll combine by hand here. The Kangas. Q needs to be clean, and he wasn't. Miller was strong over the footy. And it looks like there'll be a stoppage inside Sunbury's forward 50 here. No room for error. Fortune will favour the Brave. Physical game of footy from the outset. Most entertaining game. Tap one by Bygate. Dribbling kick out of defence. Only as far as Muir. Tumbling kick, got plenty of it. Cross the face. Bouncing ball through for a minor score. Back to a 13-point ball game. Each point 76 leads Sunbury 63. So it'll be Merritt. He'll weigh up the option. And he'll come broadcast side with plenty of the kick beyond the defensive 50. Thompson from the side couldn't hang on to it. Waiting down there was Brown. Did the roving. Keeping his feet there was Taylor. Momentarily, I put the Moz on him. Thompson dropped the handball receive. Open the door here for the Lions if they can be clean. Tackle was good from Rodamoronis. On Lant and Polsky. Tunnel ball this is at the moment. Chance for Thompson. Tumbling kick forward. Robinson has the front spot. Couldn't take the mark. Got a couple to beat. Numbers prevail. Sunbury will get out of trouble. And the Newitt kick found Wood, who went onto that preferred left and squared it up to Guthrie. They kept running to Tenanello. Ran to half back. Right foot kick. Wales poor in the end. Cut off there by Merritt, who read it well off the boot. And he'll rebound for the Kangas. Waste no time. Goes to half forward. McDougall pushed Muir out of the way. Took a mark on the chest in the end. Muir a bit disappointed not to get a free. But it's McDougall with ball in hand. Will set East Point into attack. Robinson the target. Guess who? Lever with the cut off. And the intercept mark plays on. Waste no time. Penetrating kick. And Polsky had it knocked away from him there by Wilson. Yeah, got it right. Chance here for Caddy. Cop one high. And a chance for the Kangas to reset. They go with the right foot of Caddy to Taylor. Thompson presented. And go to him if he likes. But the experienced Taylor, premiership player, will just sit it up. And he'll go in the Johnson direction. And he's got it. Geordie Johnson is a star of the game. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. There's no denying the X-Factor qualities of this former Geelong VFL listed product. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. Nothing beyond his talents. So a nervous wait for Sunbury defenders to watch this ball sail over their heads. It'll all be about the accuracy for Geordie Johnson. He's kicked 3 goals this afternoon. And he'll kick from 40. Shank. Look, more of a kick you'd see on a Sunday morning. Chance here for Brown, though. They've got numbers. Need to be quick. Jeffrey's hair pass over his head was hopeful rather than anything else. I'd be happy to see it over the line for a throw in here, Sunbury, and they get their wish. They ran out of food here at half-time, East Point. They've missed out on a quid. But they may not miss out on the 4 points here. Boundary throw in. Thompson, an unlikely aerial ruck contest. Rodamaronis. He's been pinged, has he? What's happened there? He's shot one over the shoulder. Well, I didn't think either was appropriate, but much to the delight of the Kangas faithful and head over the footy. Rodamaronis has been rewarded with a shot on goal here. You kick one in that third term. And a chance to become East Point's 4th multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. Of course, McDougall with 4, Geordie Johnson with 3, Matty Johnson with 2. So the cream rising to the top for East Point this afternoon against the high-flying Sunbury. And Rodamaronis, deliberate approach. Set sail, and he's put it through. Yep. That's an all-important opening goal of this 4th term, albeit for East Point. Of course, Sunbury did get that first goal. And it's the response, for want of a better term, that East Point were after, and Rodamaronis gets his 2nd of the afternoon. We're back to a 19-point ball game. In the context of what's transpired this afternoon, it's not beyond Sunbury. Tap one by Eels. Running forward there was Muir. Ran to half forward, lowered the eyes on the left boot. Out in the bygate direction, had to bend below the knees. Couldn't gather. Saw it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 35 metres around from the Sunbury goal. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre for the duration here. 9 minutes gone, final term. Boundary throw-in to take place. Sunbury into attack. Goal apiece in this final term. East lead by 20 at three-quarter time. They lead by 19 at the moment. Loose ball opportunity here for Boyd. Tackle taken to the ground by Dodd. No prior, said the umpire. There'll be a ball up. 49 metres out from the Sunbury goal. The timekeeper's even getting cold here, and she's behind the glass. Tap one by Van Meel. Matty Johnson through traffic. Just breaks tackles with ease, but the kick let him down. Sunbury had numbers behind the ball. Very well structured under coach Matty White. So Eels with that awkward style was effective and found Bygate, who took a mark 50 metres out from goal. Seesawing affair here at Eastern Oval. But it's East Point at the moment. Their noses in front. They lead by 19. But a shot on goal here for Bygate, who has the 1 to his name this afternoon. Chance to add to that. Let's see it. Proppy approach. And that kick is going to go off to the left and miss all and sundry. Out of bounds on the full. So they'll need to get it closer. They need to learn from that shot on goal from Bygate. They're going to get shots from closer. Good pressure by McLean on that exit kick from Merritt. Got it beyond the defensive 50. Boyd's hands were sharp. It was a hot footy for Lever. Couldn't gather. Bounced off his chest over the line. Throw in half forward broadcast side here for Sunbury. Next goal all important. Context of this game, you would think the next one to East Point would almost be enough. 11 minutes gone. Tap one by Bygate. Jeffrey got on the end of it. Johnson tackled, took his time, managed to get ball to boot. Dribbling ball through the hands of Riley. Robinson with the body. Contact. Their Boyd took on the would-be tackler, ridden into the ground and pinged by the umpire. Strong tackle there from Taylor. Not sure Boyd had much opportunity. While he did take them on, he's been penalised. Taylor with ball in hand. Time ticking away. 11 and a half minutes gone. Told to play on by the umpire. Sends the ball into attack. Unrealistic fly there from Johnson. conceded a free kick. It'll go to Lever. So, Lever to do the decision-making with ball in hand. Gets it in the middle of the ground. Lawal couldn't gather cleanly. Sutton wanted a free. Denied, and rightly so. Merritt gathered, went by hand towards Cairns. But the hurried kick forward has been cut off there by Guthrie, who went to half-back. Now, that's a risky kick, but the jump was terrific from Muir. Didn't hang on to it for enough time, said the umpire. Jacob Brown's hair pass to the advantage of Johnson. Found McDougall. And a steadying mark taken by the Kangas leading forward. He'll take some more time off the clock and have a deliberate shot on goal. 12 and a half minutes gone, final term here. Just a goal apiece in the first half of this term. Trying conditions under the lights, swirly breeze, chilly, and he'll kick from 51. Got plenty on the kick, has the accuracy. He's done it again, McDougall. McDougall has goal number 5 here at Eastern Oval. And he's kicked them when the Kangas have really needed them. And whilst they haven't had the advantage on the scoreboard for the most part of the second half, the steadying influence of McDougall's efficiency in front of goal has been telling. Been a good player for a long time. 14,488. Validation for their efficiency on the goal front. Lead Sunbury 9,963. 25-point ball game. 13 and a half minutes gone, final term. Will the missing Sunbury Lions, the outs, start to take their toll? I think they already have. Here's Johnson, got at the dot, he ran to half forward, lowered the eyes, went inside. Guess who? Rodder Moronis has pushed forward and taken an overhead mark, and we'll go back and have a shot on goal. Not dissimilar to when he's posted a major just minutes ago. And he's just got better the longer the game's gone, Rodder Moronis. And a shot on goal here for number 3. $25-point advantage to East Point. Can extend beyond 5 goals with a conversion here. And a chance for Rodder Moronis to kick his 3rd. And it's off to the right, anti-climax for Kangas supporters. But the margin extends. To 26. 14,589. That's East Point's first behind from their last 9 shots on goal. They kicked 8 in a row, which haven't helped Sunbury's cause. Hannett brings the ball back into play. Penetrating right foot kick beyond half back. Geordie Johnson. That's Howard, in fact. So Howard with the high up and under kick. Robinson the fly, couldn't take it. Ground ball opportunity. Swarm of players around the footy, and there'll be a ball up. Just 10 metres away from the Kangas goal. They lead by 26 points. Dark skies overhead. Ball up. Rodder Moronis wanted up, dropping the ball on Werner. Lucky to get away with it. Umpire called play on. There'll be a ball up. That would have been game over. If not already. 26-point advantage to East Point. 15, near 16 minutes gone. Kangas in attack. Ball up. Tap one by Johnson. Lever bailed up. There'll be a ball up. So the Kangas will be more than happy with time ticking away in their front half in this final term. Ball up. Tap one by Johnson. Cross the body from Brown. Didn't get enough purchase on it. Matty Johnson could. Something out of nothing. Could have been goal of the day. Gee, they're a talented family. Well, I can only speak of the brothers on what I've seen. And what a quality asset they are for the Kangas. Matty Johnson with a shark goal. He's kicked 4. No, he hasn't. He kicked 3. I just gave Geordie a goal there. Take that one off one brother and give it to another. 15-5-95 East Point leads Sunbury 9-9-63, 32-point ball game. 17 minutes gone, final term. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel to Johnson, who's been terrific. Got it over there towards Taylor, who went wide. Tentanello got plenty of it, spilled it. Johnson kick across the body to the top of the goal square, cut off there by Riley. He'll waste no time. Lower the eyes, and the ball's been cut off. And the mark's been taken by the young fella Thompson. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here. And given the tight nature of this contest, it's hard to believe that a goal here will extend the margin out to 38. So Thompson will shoot on the 18-minute mark of this final term here, right in front of the social club. These are the ones that you want to get. You got every reason to run over and salute to the social club if he can get it done. And he does! And they come from everywhere, the Kangas. And they extend here at Eastern Oval. Efficiency in front of goal continues. They get their 16th. And the ton is up here, 16-5-101. They lead Sunbury 9-9-63. So in the second half, for a quarter and the best part of 19 minutes, East Point have kicked 10 goals, 1, if you don't mind, to Sunbury 4-1. So we're back at the restart here. Kangas with every bit of momentum with them. Tap, one on that occasion by Bygate. Johnson shoveled it out. Did well. Got it to Canny. High up and under kick. Out wide towards Jeffrey. Had to stop and prop. Gathered the footy. Boyd wanted the free for it. Holding the ball. Denied by the umpire. There'll be a ball up. 101 plays 63 here. East Point running away with this game. Ball up. Could have been over the shoulder there on Bygate. Denied by the umpire. McLean just gained a yard or two for his side. There'll be a ball up. There's 3 goals today, McLean. Ball up. Tap one by Bygate, only as far as Canning. He's surrounded by Bygate. And Land meeting the sandwich. There'll be a ball up. Approaching time on, final term. Tap one by Van Meel. Johnson, always been in and under, been very good. Chance here for Boyd. Kick smother there by Canny. Land in and under. We've done plenty right today, the Kangas. They've answered every challenge of Sunbury today. Sunbury have been gallant, though. I think they've been very good. They've lost no admirers. Ball up. Bygate, hopeful rather than anything else. Kick with the back of the boot. Resulted in a turnover. Chance here for McDougall. Got it to Thompson. Back to McDougall. Ran to 20. Squaring kick. Mark on here. Diving spoil there was good from Riley. Chance for Wilson. Hand pass the ball back. Kick across the body. Oh, it was missed off to the near side. McDougall again. So rare behind in the second half for East Point. What are they say? 16-6-102, East Point leads Sunbury 9-9-63. Ball to come back into play. Penetrating kick to half back. And Paulsky to go the spoil. Loose ball. Kangas have got numbers through Taylor. Had Cairns on his own, but blindsided. Just hacked the ball forward. Chance here for the youngster there in Willems. He gathered. Shoveled the ball out. Lever over the footy. Keeping his feet there was Cairns. Square it away. There'll be a stoppage. A ball up 50 metres away from the East Point goal. 16-6-102. East Point leads Sunbury 9-9-63. 10 goals to 4 after half time. Taylor will send the Kangas back into attack. Kick across the body. Lever again. Probably mark number 10 in the back half for him today, and near 7 or 8 of those have been intercepted. Or intercept marks. So he wastes no time. Sends the ball out wide towards Riley. He goes to the outer side centre wing. Sutton has it knocked away from him there by Howard. Wood did the mopping up through traffic. Needs to be good here, and he was. He got it to Sutton. Under pressure from Johnson. Calls the turnover. Slater was told to play on by the umpire. Chance here for Cook. He's tackled. Gee, the pressure from both sides been elite today. Been very good. The tackling, both sides have high tackle numbers. But it's East Point have got their way with this match on the scoreboard. They lead by 39 points. Tick over 22 minutes gone. Tap one by Van Meel. Both sides will be happy to see that over the line for a boundary throw-in. Chance to take a breath. Most entertaining game of footy. Lights overhead having an impact. Given the dark skies here, Van Meel tried hard. Might have conceded a free kick there in the end, and he did. Bygate will be the recipient. So Bygate with ball in hand. Goes in the direction of Ant Polsky. Couldn't gather, doing the sharking there with Sutton. Might have caught one high. Umpire agreed. And Sutton will go back and have a shot on goal for number 3. Just keeps trying, keeps presenting all day, Sutton. Not in a real hurry to go back and have a shot on goal. Obviously, an element of concede. Given the 39-point margin, 23.5 minutes gone final term. Sutton for goal number 3 today. Kicks on its way. And he's got it in there, Sutton. He's a good finisher, and he gets it done again. Gets his third of the afternoon to match. He's offside of there in McLean. Batman and Robin, if you like. They've got 3 apiece. They've tried hard in the front half of Sunbury today, in the absence of some key personnel. They trail by 33 points, 10-9-69 Sunbury. East Point 16-6-102. 24 minutes gone final term. Ball up, it'll be Bygate. And Van Meel, tap one by Bygate. Got it over there towards Lanchi. He's got some toe. Unfortunately, he fell over. Chance here for Howard to do the mopping up. Hand pass meant for Johnson. Dispossessed by Sutton. Here's McLean on the run. Shot on goal, and he's put it through. Terrific finish. And the combine from Sutton to McLean was Batman and Robin-esque. And McLean gets his 4th. Back to a 27-point ball game. 11-9-75. East Point 16-6-102. Near 25 minutes gone final term. Credit to Sunbury. Refused to put the cue in the rack. Gee, Lance got some speed, not dissimilar to his brother, who's a dominant player. We saw him not only as a Sunbury player, but later at the Devils a couple of years ago. Loose ball opportunity. Knocked forward there by Van Meel. Johnson went the soccer, went through the hands of Boyd. Foot race on in earnest, gathered by Cairns. On the left boot, across the body. Meant for McDougall, and somehow he dragged it in front of his opposing number 12 there in Newitt. So McDougall again will take some important seconds off the clock, whilst the result from now here is inevitable. It's important to keep doing the right things. And McDougall for a chance at goal number 6. That looked left and always left, and out of bounds on the full. So East Point had led at every change, despite Sunbury's persistence to hang in. In fact, Sunbury led by 2 or 3 goals during that third term at some stage. So here comes Wood with the left foot. It's going to be cut off there by Jeffrey in front of Tentinello. So Jeffrey with the Sting starting. Well, the Sting has taken a while to come out of this game, I tell you, and it's really only been in the last couple of minutes that it has. I think both sides will be quite happy to hear the siren now. They'll sleep well tonight. It's been a most entertaining game. We'll be seeing these two sides again at the business end. Quality side. Jeffrey squares the kick to the top of the goal square. Johnson the fly. Couldn't take the mark. Rodamaronis bailed up there by Lant. Manages to get a hand on the footy, but too long, said the umpire. And this one going against Rodamaronis. And it'll be Lant. He'll take the resultant free kick. Good addition to the Sunbury lineup, Brock Lant. An important role to play with his leg speed. And in the absence of Cameron, who has VFL duties, well, he got plenty on that torpedo, but it only went as far as Jeffrey. And he's got a chance to send the Kangas back into attack. So Jeffrey squares the kick in the direction of Robinson, forced to go the spoil. Bygate did the sharking. The big fella for Sunbury went in the middle of the ground. Guthrie was good in that third term. Fight played on, went by hand to Hannett through traffic. Got it over towards Eels, who spotted Ampolsky. Kangas, the pursuer. Jeffrey was one of those. They could end up with it here. McLean's pressure on the footy was good. His endeavour couldn't question that. Thompson applies the tackle in the end. They square away a stoppage, and there'll be a ball up on half forward. Broadcast side for Sunbury, who trailed by 27 points. Tick over 28 minutes gone, final term. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel, only as far as Hannett. Quick hands inboard to Bygate. Could have given it to Land. Elected to go by boot the Sutton direction. He's forced to go the spoil. Had two to beat. Numbers prevail for the Kangas. Clearing kick went over the head of Johnson. Bouncing ball rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. On half forward broadcast side for Sunbury. 28.5 minutes gone in this most entertaining final term here at Eastern Oval. East Point have led at every change, and they're going to end up with their noses in front at the end of the final term. That one by Van Meel. Lant, the pursuant, gathered. Pressure was good from Geordie Johnson. Pressure all the way to the end from both sides to be commended. For the restart again. It'll be Bygate and Van Meel. There's the throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Doing the Sharky McLean. Quick hands. Got it the Muir. Ran to half forward. Right foot kick out in the Sutton direction. He's got it! Oh, he's just a... he's an unassuming player, really. He's not overly blessed with height and size. But his footy smarts and his craft and his IQ really does put him amongst the handful of the most dangerous players in the competition. Of course, a former VFL listed player with Essendon. And, he's missed 3 or 4 today. Well, he has 3 majors to his name. Never been far away from the action. He's going to be an important cog in the Lions' fortunes come the business end. And, of course, they've got Melton twice in the next 5 weeks, if you don't mind. Right foot kick beyond the defensive 50. Werner got a spoil on the ball. Chance of Van Meel, though, did the sharking. Cross the body. Thompson tried to smother it. Well, he did that, but couldn't gain any possession. And there'll be a ball up on half forward broadcast side for Sunbury, who trail by 26 points. 22 scoring shots to 21. But it's East Point with the 26-point advantage. Rodamaronis with the clearance. Cut off there by Tendanello. We'll go lateral to half-back. The mark's been taken there by Boyd. Right foot kick out in the Muir direction. Who hasn't given up the ghost. I've liked his game. Right foot kick inside 50. Ampolsky's got it. The big fella. Doesn't mind a goal, Ampolsky. He'll go back and have a shot here from about 40. The dying moments of this BFNL match of the round by the Red Onion Vision here at Eastern Oval. It's really lived up to the billing today. So Ampolsky with the last kick of the game keeps his goal kicking record intact, the big man. He kicks a belated goal for Sunbury to narrow the margin to 20 points at the final siren. East Point 16 goals 6 102 have defeated Sunbury 12-10-82 in a most entertaining match of the round fixture here at Eastern Oval. Both sides had 22 scoring shots on goal, but it was East Point's efficiency in their front half in the end that proved the difference. Let's go through the goal scorers. There was a few of them in a high-scoring game here in trying conditions. 184 points kicked collectively, 28 goals for the game, if you don't mind. But these two sides, they have more shots on goal than any other side on average so far this year, and they've been good again today. Let's go through the goal scorers for East Point. McDougall 5, Geordie Johnson 3, Matty Johnson 3, Rodder Moranis 2, 1 each to Robinson and Brown. Whilst for McLean, for Sunbury, McLean finished with 4, Sutton 3, and 1 each to Bygate, Urban, Bramble, Hannett, and Polsky. And Thompson also in the majors there for East Point. The youngster getting a goal in that final term. All right, before we say good afternoon or good evening, because it's getting pretty dark here, that final term, East Point added 4 goals 2 to Sunbury's 4 goals 2. So they squared away that final term in the most entertaining game of footy. Sunbury led at every change. They led by 12 at quarter time, 4 at the half, 20 at three-quarter time, and 20 at full time to get it done. A host of contributors from both sides in a most entertaining game. I can tell you that in other games, Darley, who led Sebastopol by 8 points and were kicking into the breeze in the final term, have done enough to win by 19 points, 10-9-69 to Sebastopol, 7-8-50. And also, Bacchus Marsh have been defeated by 19 points by North Ballarat. So Darley did enough. They won by 3 goals. North Ballarat have won by the identical amount of 19 points. We'll just take one more look at the final scores here in other games. Ballarat 22-16, 148 defeated Melton South 2-7-19, and Melton 23 goals 9, 147 have defeated the Lakers 4-6-30. So guys, that brings to a close the most entertaining game via the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. Round 8 complete. Honours with East Point, Sunbury with a handful of players out. They lost another one today in Blake Watson with a knee. But both sides will look forward with plenty of confidence to what 2024 holds for them. But Honours with East Point, they led at every change to get it done here in front of their home crowd, and a big crowd at that. 20-point winners, the Kangas. They've made it 6 in a row, and Sunbury, they make their first blemish of season 2024. So on behalf of the crew, under the lights here at Eastern Oval, East Point 20-point winners over Sunbury. We bid you all a good afternoon or good evening, and enjoy your weekend.
Spicy Chicken McNuggets and Spicy Shaker Fries are back. Things just got feisty.